All right, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner. I'm here to talk some football. And I want to do a weekly matchup series breaking down O-line versus D-line play, offensive tackle versus edge, D-line, guards versus defensive tackles. And the first one that I looked at was Rashawn Slater versus Chandler Jones because I think it's a matchup of two great players. Chandler Jones been in the league a long time, Slater entering year two. And this was a fun one because they truly both, you could tell that they're both awesome players. Because I think Chandler Jones, if you just watch, if you go through this, you're like Chandler Jones got the best of Rashawn Slater. But Rashawn Slater, even though got beat a lot, didn't let it wreck plays. Part of that is the way Justin Herbert's ability to get the ball out and not and manipulate the pocket. But nonetheless, Chandler Jones won versus Rashawn Slater, but he didn't really affect the game a ton as a pass rusher. So let's get into it. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. We're only going to go through 7 plays that I thought best described it. So first play, obviously left tackle. Jones is 55. Chandler Jones goes to the chop. So you see good feet with Rashawn Slater. It's get into a spot. Quick. 1, 2, 3. Good proportion. But, he's got this hand out as a feeler with the defensive tackle. And that allows Jones to get in his chest and stun him a bit. But you also see the core strength of Slater where, he's not getting him off balance. So working independent hands, Slater brings this hand in, but Chandler Jones goes for that chop. Bam. And then the agility, the ability to get lateral by Jones is beautiful. Because most guys, they're chopping or whatever, and then they got to run around here, and Slater's able to keep his feet about him. But Jones, chop, get flat, and that, puts Slater on the ground. Ball comes out, but still a really good play by Chandler Jones. Next play, we're going to see ghost move. And this is a 3-step drop, so you can wash your guy around the edge and it not affect the play too much. But again, you see the footwork of Slater. Bam, 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 good. Gets to his landmark. I'd like Slater to get one more step in there and keep proportion because of, the length and speed of Chandler Jones. But watch how Chandler Jones puts his hands out, which, forces, Slater, okay, now I got to bring my hands. Slater's patient, but then bring him away. So you get Slater into okay, I got to punch and then move my feet. But, get ready for, some power. But you pull those hands, dip, take that left hand and rip, and get down the line. Now, good job by Slater staying connected on this, even though he does lose the rep. Maybe you could call it holding. If you're a Raiders fan, that's definitely holding. If you're a Chargers fan, you're saying that happens on every play. But it's a 3-step drop, so it doesn't affect Herbert. But just really good stuff from Chandler Jones. And Gerald Everett should wear a number in the 80s, by the way, not number 7. All right, next play. Really good rep here by Rashawn Slater. So watch Chandler Jones' left hand. Watch. He's grabbing. But Slater's just so strong. His feet are so good that he just always has such good contact, good balance. That this isn't pulling him forward. Chandler Jones against 95% of tackles in the NFL is going to win this rep. But Slater stays strong. Gets his hands inside where he wants. He's not really leaning. Then reload the hands. Reload the hands. Put the right hand in the small of his back, left hand on his chest plate, and then just wash him. Chandler Jones wants the counter. We're good. We didn't shift our weight too much to the outside by Slater. We're ready to go. Really gets rep by Rashawn Slater. Next play. We're lining up on this side of the camera now. Just good footwork. Shut it down. Shut down any move by Chandler Jones. punch is wide by Slater. You want that inside. But footwork is the most important thing as an offensive lineman. Your feet will save you even when your hands and your punches is out of whack. Just kills the will. And the ball comes out quick. But kills the will of Chandler Jones on that rep. Next play. By the way, I like Trey McKitty, Chargers fans. Land up here. Chandler Jones is going to bull rush. So I like this move a lot from Chandler Jones. I think pass rushers just in general don't go to the bull rush as much as they do, as much as they should. Like, man, in the NFL, like, if you have the speed, man, you can just use your speed to power. Tackles aren't always ready for this. So this is a beautiful move. Like, this is the chess of offensive tackle versus pass rushers. So Chandler Jones has been working that chop move, right? So Slater knows that's coming. He pulls that hand. He pulls that hand because he's knowing he's going for the chop and he's ready to punt. He's ready to punch and work him around the corner. Jones, knowing that Slater's a good tackle and knowing that Slater's going to want to do that, instead of trying to, use this ghost move and get around the corner, and he, even when he has gone around the corner, hasn't affected the play, bull rush. Get right into that power. Speed to power. I mean, that's beautiful. Leverage, great hand strike, and gets Slater pushed back into the QB. But even then, you see the core strength of Slater because he loses that, bam, but re-anchor, and keeps this from being a disaster play and getting your QB hit as it's thrown and the ball popped up. So just a matchup of two great players. But that power from bam. But again, Slater's able to recover. So I think it's... And then they get into this little wrestling match bullshit on the ground after the play. All right, next play. Chargers are running wide zone. Slater just overextends himself. He knows Chandler Jones is a hard guy to block. This is a hard block to make versus anybody. Just overextends himself, and Chandler Jones swims him. That second step is just a little too long. And Chandler Jones is able to swim. And get his... If Chandler Jones doesn't pull this off, this play is popping. I mean, this play is going. This is getting down to the... this safety's, changing his angle. Out of all those other pass rush reps, this was the most effective play Chandler Jones had versus Rashawn Slater. Because this turns a 25, 30-yard run into a 7-yard run. And then the last play, Rashawn Slater's best rep of the game. Put him on his ass. Good feet. Good punch. Look at that punch. Bam. Sorry, skipped a little bit. Bam. Hands inside. We're not leaning. And bench him off of us. Extend those arms. You could do all that hand bullshit you want, Chandler Jones, but I'm locked on you. And then finish him. Chandler Jones loses his balance, finishes him. A lot of tackles just don't have that nastiness to finish this. Finish this shit. So this was a really fun matchup. And I think it showed, again, I think Chandler Jones, won the day versus Rashawn Slater, but Chandler Jones didn't, crash the game for the Chargers. So just a matchup of two really good players. Going forward, I want to do some, rookie ones. I didn't want to do a Kemikonu versus Myles Garrett, but so we'll do some other stuff. Obviously, there's a lot on this channel, so make sure to like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys. And, let me know if you see some good matchups. Tweet at me at @BobbySkinner_. See you guys.